So if you're looking for a reliable, easy-to-use wireless mic system that costs under $300, this is the video for you. Today we're looking at the Comica Boom XD, a 2.4 gigahertz wireless system that costs about $250 and offers a lot of value compared to its competitors, primarily the Rode Go. It's a great kit worth considering because of the value it offers with everything included to get up and running to record great audio with very little effort. In my past couple weeks using this system, I'll share the things that I like as well as some things that were a little bit difficult or a little bit quirky that I think they can improve upon. If you want to learn more about this wireless mic system and you want to find the best prices, you can use the affiliate links down below and help support the channel in doing so. I have these headphones with me right now just so I can occasionally in and out monitor and check in on my audio, make sure nothing weird has happened. We have the Comicas running into my external Zoom H1N. To best show you the Comicas potential, in the bottom left corner, I am showing you the various ways I'm editing the raw clip. So that would include the clip itself with no edits, me adding some noise reduction, and then me adding some noise reduction plus a slight EQ boost. Now in these testing comparisons that I'm showing you here, obviously the closest thing to this is the other lapel mic. And I'm throwing the Synco in there to show you that the shotgun mic, if you have gear limitations and that's all you got, it can kind of get you by. Obviously it's not gonna sound the best, but if you spend a little bit more or you have some lapels on you, you can get significant increases to your audio quality by switching to them. This system actually offers a bunch of other conveniences and upgrades compared to my old system. The first thing I noticed when I got this, and I was extremely surprised by it, is just how small these are. This is the receiver here, and their transmitters are just as small as well. All three of these combined fit in the palm of your hand really easily. So what that means is they're extremely portable, lightweight, and easy to carry around no matter what kind of filming you're doing. This is the old system that I had. I had this a few years ago when I first got into filmmaking and I was doing a lot of wedding videos. Pretty big difference, right? Not only was this much larger, it was much more difficult to use for a couple of reasons. This is the Saramonic SRWM4C, and I again got this maybe 4 to 6 years ago now. They still sell and people often frequently choose to buy this system. And I think doing this kind of comparison here, forgetting about the audio quality itself, is going to be really interesting because we can see a lot of the benefits that we've got here with these new microphones, the advances that they offer, and the other conveniences like we said earlier. So now we're going to switch into the lapel. When you do your little loop and clip it a little bit downwards like that, maintaining roughly that distance between yourself and the microphone. It facing downwards, I think, helps avoid catching, and I forget what the word is, all your harsh, spitty words. You'll notice there are less pops right now. It's a little bit more pleasing, in my opinion, as I'm listening to it right now. So when we're comparing this new system to the old one, I think one of the benefits for me specifically for the kind of filmmaking and videos I've created is the ease of placing it on your subject. Especially for weddings, it was very difficult whether you're trying to mic the bride or the groom. There was no way for you to really easily hide that transmitter just because of how big it is. I can easily place this within the groom's jacket or on his shirt discreetly, and it allows me to pick up not just his sound, but the officiants as well as the bride's because of how sensitive and clear these mics and this lapel can pick up the sounds of others who are nearby. So aside from size differences, we'll notice that we don't have a radio antenna at the top, which saves on weight, and it's another component that's not going to get broken or lost in transportation. The actual microphones also aren't this XLR. I believe this is an XLR input. You have a lot more flexibility in terms of the microphones that you do use. They do come with their own microphones, which are the regular 3.5 millimeter inputs. And they also come with a really nice locking port here. The only additional ports that you have here, nothing at the bottom. At the top, you have the ability to monitor out through headphones at the top there on the right. And on your left here is where you're actually going to go out either directly into your camera, or if you have your own recorder, like I'm using the Zoom H1N to record this portion of the video right now, that's what I would normally be going into. You also have USB-C charging on the side there. Its battery is built in, meaning you never have to remember to bring batteries for it. You never have to bring spare batteries for it. And the fact that it's USB-C means that even when you do run out of power for it, if you pack USB-C chargers and power banks like I do, you have the ability to easily charge this on the go. Another thing that I really didn't like about these, but some people might appreciate and might potentially see as a downside to the Comicas, is that these rely on 2 AA batteries. The pros are that if you ever need to swap out batteries that you've depleted, you can just bring extra batteries with you and you have a brand new charge in here and you didn't have to wire it or charge it up or anything like that. Staying on the topic of the transmitter itself, the other benefit is it has a built-in microphone there. For whatever reason, either you forget these or you want to actually just use this one system here without the additional lapels, either the ones that came in the box or ones that you have. You can record both ways really easily. For this next portion here, we're going to be switching back to the internal mic so I can tell you some of the main benefits that you get out of having a system that offers you that functionality. And now we're recording using the internal microphone. I can just mount it to my shirt again, and I've got a nice microphone. Definitely not as good as the internal lapel, but for a couple situations, the versatility might make up for that. A good example of that would be if you don't have the time to quickly mic someone up. I think just placing that on their shirt, it just takes 1 second and you're getting far superior audio compared to, say, using your internal mic or a shotgun mic. The next benefits come from when you want to take it off. And let's say you want to record more than one person at the same time. Well, you can have this mic at an equal distance between your two subjects and probably put it a little bit off frame, and you're able to catch the dialogue from both of them with relative ease without having to actually mic them up individually. The next is actually kind of similar to the first, but the inverse. Let's say you actually do want to do more of a newscaster or interview style of video and you want to have it between yourself and that person without actually placing it on them and yourself. Let's say you only have one of these and you don't have both. Well, I can talk right now and then I can pass it off to the next person. You know, they say their lines, whatever, and you pass it back and forth. And of course, you know, we can't forget one of the main benefits of something like this is you can easily get some nice ASMR. You know, my throat is so parched right now. Also, it's got a screen on here that when you power it on, it is able to show me my audio levels, my battery levels, as well as the signal strength between it and the receiver. If, for example, you can't actively monitor your microphones, you just want to make sure it's still recording and receiving a signal, you can see, oh, it's paired. I see that it has a strong wireless signal, and I can see where the audio levels are just at a glance really quickly. All things that you can't tell on here. The only real indicator that you have on the transmitter itself is your little power light there. Running this system here in order to change audio levels, you have to have this separate mixer here in order to actually control your individual parameters. Instead, with this more modern system here offered by Comica, it's built in on your actual receiver. You immediately see all your settings, including the individual audio levels for both A and B transmitters. If you're shooting in mono or stereo, you can individually control A and B's levels here. The one thing I'll note, and I'm not sure if there's a way around it, but it's a little bit weird. So let's say you're at +4 and you want to go to +2 instead. Well, you don't have the ability to go up and down, and this might actually be a pro, I'll get to that in a sec, but you have to go all the way past 12 back down to 0 in order to get to 2. Same goes for B as well. If you're at 4, for example, you have to go all the way past 12, back to 0, back to 2. Well, now I'm on 3, so now I have to do that same step again. The reason I think this might be a pro and might be the thought process behind why they did this is you want to minimize the amount of buttons that you have on here. You want to know that this is controlling A's levels. That's it. And so having the ability to control your levels individually means that if you have one person that's either a little bit more quiet or one person that's louder than your others, you can have your channel A and channel B levels set differently to account for that. think so long as you're taking the appropriate steps to monitor or actively ensure that there is no interference between the receiver, the transmitter, or as I found out the hard way, your audio recording device as well, you're able to get pretty good, clean audio. That said, I think you also would benefit from knowing how to apply noise reduction as well as applying some simple EQ tweaks to really take advantage of the potential of this device. I really enjoy making these videos and seeing the positive ways that my videos have either entertained you or helped you make informed decisions. So until the next one, guys, as always,